There is a lot of talk going on right now, and I need to bring you up to speed on what is happening in the country. It is a very serious time for our nation as news just broke that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu held a top-secret, high-level meeting with all the military chiefs at the State House in Abuja. If you are just joining us, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss these important updates. The reason for this emergency meeting is quite heavy. Over the last few days, there has been a fresh wave of attacks by Boko Haram and ISWAP insurgents in the northeast, specifically in Borno State. The most heartbreaking part of this story is that we have lost 3 brave commanding officers in the line of duty. These were not just regular soldiers. These were the leaders on the ground, the ones making the big tactical decisions to keep us safe. One of the officers identified was Lieutenant Colonel Umar Farouq, who was reportedly killed during a very intense battle in the Kukawa area. It seems these insurgents are using new and very scary tactics. Reports are coming in that they are now using armed drones to drop explosives on our military bases. This is a huge shift in the kind of war we are fighting. They attacked several places like Ngoshe, Baga, and Konduga, all at once. It was a coordinated move to try and overwhelm our troops. Because of this, the president had to call the Minister of Defense, the National Security Advisor, and all the service chiefs into a room for over 2 hours to figure out a new plan. The president has made it clear that this cannot continue. He has promised to give the military even more modern weapons and better technology to stop these drones and catch the insurgents before they strike. He also expressed his deep pain over the loss of our officers and soldiers, calling them heroes who paid the ultimate price for our peace. It is a very emotional time for the military families and the entire country. Now, I want to ask you something because your opinion really matters. Do you think the government is doing enough with technology to fight these new drone attacks, or do you think we need to change our entire strategy in the Northeast? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so we can keep bringing you the latest gist as it drops. There's actually more to this story regarding the new weapons the president just approved to tackle this situation. Thank you for sticking with me. Now, let's get into the most interesting part of this update. If you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe because this next part of the story explains exactly how our military is planning to fight back. The big gist is that the government is not just sitting back. President Tinubu has officially approved a massive operational rejig. What this means in simple terms is that the military is completely changing how they fight. One of the biggest secrets that just came out is the rollout of Nigeria's own locally made attack drones called the Damisa. These are kamikaze-style drones built right here in Nigeria to hunt down insurgents in the thick forests where they hide. But why is this happening now? Well, reports show that the insurgents have started using small, cheap drones they bought from shops to drop bombs on our soldiers. It's a drone war out there. To stop this, the president has approved the purchase of high-tech signal scramblers from Europe. These devices can actually blind the insurgents' drones and make them fall out of the sky before they can do any harm. The Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, also gave a very strong warning. He said the military is moving from just defending their bases to taking the fight to their doorstep. They are deploying more mine-resistant vehicles to protect our troops from roadside bombs, which have been a big problem lately. The goal is to make sure that no other commanding officer is lost to these surprise attacks. This is a major turning point for our security, and it shows that we are finally using 21st century technology to solve these old problems. It's a bit of a mouse and cheese game, but with these new drones and scramblers, the military is confident they can reclaim the peace. Before I wrap this up, I want to hear from you again. Do you think using our own made-in-Nigeria drones will finally be the game changer we've been waiting for? And do you feel more confident now that the president has stepped in personally? Tell me what you think in the comments. And one last time, please like this video and subscribe to stay updated on everything happening in our great nation. This is where the story gets really touching. So if you are still with me, please like this video and subscribe because it's time to talk about the families of our fallen heroes. During that intense meeting, President Tinubu didn't just talk about weapons and drones, he also focused on the people left behind. The president has given a sacred promise to the families of the 3 commanding officers and all the soldiers lost in these recent attacks. The big news is that the government is fast-tracking a special welfare package. This includes immediate financial support to help the families get through this difficult time. But it goes even further than that. The president has directed that the children of these fallen heroes, including those yet to be born, will receive full scholarships up to the university level. He also gave a very strict 90-day deadline. He told the military authorities that all benefits and insurance payments for these brave men must be paid to their families within 3 months. No more waiting for years, no more long queues. The president wants them taken care of right away. There is even a plan to provide housing for the families of the officers who were killed, ensuring they have a roof over their heads in any part of Nigeria they choose to live. It's a very emotional update because it shows that while the nation is fighting a hard war, we are not forgetting the human cost. The president said, "A nation that forgets its heroes loses its direction," and it seems he is determined to make sure Nigeria remembers. This is why the government even changed the name of the annual celebration to Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance, to show that we are not just mourning the dead, but celebrating their lives and supporting those still in service. This really makes you think, doesn't it? We often see the headlines, but we forget the wives, children, and parents who are at home waiting for a phone call that never comes. I want to hear your heart on this one. Do you think these scholarships and housing gifts are enough to repay the sacrifice of a soldier? What more do you think the community, people like you and me, can do to support the widows and orphans of our military? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And please like this video and subscribe to keep the conversation going.